Much love and many blessings. On to last but not least, the sign of Pisces. Mutable water. So definitely dealing with the first and the last, the one of arguably the most experienced signs in the zodiac. Pisces is also one of the more spiritual signs in the zodiac, being associated with Neptune and the 12th house. So there's a lot of connectedness, there's a lot of things dealing with illusions, how we manifest, how we apply our conscious understanding and how that takes form in the material world around us, and how those two things spill over. So what I would say is very fitting that while there might be a lot of excitement for my Pisces in this Pisces season, this particular season surprisingly seems to be actually doing more, I don't want to say more harm than good, but the energy is so potent that surprisingly a lot of my Pisces are running around with super sensitivity, super emotional sensitivity, and that's very fitting because they're already that way to begin with. So there's a lot of suggestion of work and emotional connections that need to be aligned, either in expecting of receiving a lot of emotional support, which can be due to an overstimulated heart chakra, because sometimes, when we think of the heart, we think of all the good things with the heart chakra, and we assume that, well, there's nothing bad with love. But so we sometimes forget that every chakra, every part of our being has to be in balance, and we can be out of balance or have too much energy in our heart chakra. This reveal really makes me feel like work does need to be done, especially with the suggestion of the Three of Coins. This is a confirmation that there's work that needs to be put in, and that you can't do this on your own. What comes to my mind is that reconciliation takes a village. This is also speaking to tribalism. Because sometimes when our heart chakra is too oversaturated, you may become tribal, you may become cultish, you may feel that you're entitled to someone's love, or your love might become toxic. Especially, it makes me think of Venus and Scorpio vibes, where love can become kind of possessive and doesn't really harmonize very well in a healthy way and crosses boundaries. So this is also an expectation of you reconciling what it is that you expect to receive and what it is that you desire. And if you put in the necessary work to have those things within your space. This is also a reflection as well, is that healing of the heart is a group effort. And that a lot of times that it requires looking at something from multiple perspectives, and that even if you have tough teachers or that somebody might be demanding, that with working together that you can actually achieve great things. So this is also a confirmation to have appreciation, and to bring appreciation or an understanding of who has reflected your understanding of kindness in your life. So this Pisces season has you around people and situations that has you bringing awareness to the mirror of who has developed or cultivated or imprinted your understanding. Who are you loyal to? Who has created your understanding of unconditional love? Because the dog spirit is a representation of unconditional love. Dogs are just happy because you treat them right. They don't care about your sexuality. They don't care about your political views. They care about very simple things. Are you showing adoration and love to me? And what is it that you need? So this is also a call as well to reflect on the quality of kindness, the quality of energy that you're giving out, you're exuding, and that you're taking in, and that the people are depositing within your space. Pisces is a sign of melding and integrating. Your waters are containerless and they flow from you. So you have to take account of who you're sharing, who's sharing in how you develop your love energy, who's sharing in the quality of how you connect what it is that you expect to receive, and your expectations of what love represents to you. I haven't had that one happen yet. So Pisces, this is a call for you to take accountability and to get, I want to say, real about the reality of how you're treating the dynamics of the people around you. You may not be letting certain elements go, or you may be showing favoritism to certain people, or thinking that certain dynamics, family dynamics, and personal relationships are what they are because of your sole efforts alone. Or there's this imbalance of, in a sense, someone is holding together the family dynamic, someone is holding together the social group, and there's an imbalance and a feeling of as if somebody is not getting their due for the work that's put in. So there's a skewing, radical acceptance. Freya is a very powerful goddess. She's a warrior goddess. Off subject, I think my first rendition, I actually coming across this goddess was again called Valkyrie Profiles, and she was a Valkyrie. She was a war goddess that would take souls for a warrior's souls from people on the battlefield. Usually at the point just before they were about to die, or just targeted people who had lives that were linked or connected and wanted to do good in the astral realm, or just within the other realms where spiritual war or spiritual battle had to take place. So Freya is a radical acceptance of the situation, especially when faced with dire needs, because when Freya, even in that game or just even within the mythos, when Freya shows up, she's a warrior, but she's also collecting warriors, and because she's dealing with a great battle. She's dealing with a battle in which she needs to enlist other spiritual conscripts, other people who have the means, who are obviously in physical form, but also can still come over to the spiritual realm as well. So this is also denoting somebody who can do the work in ways, in multiple places or in multiple dimensions. It isn't just focused on the physical. There isn't just focused on one set thing. So this is also a reflection as well that you may be just strictly focused on one aspect. You may just be focused on one aspect. You may just be focused on the love or the energy or the spiritual energy. And are you actually implementing this energy into your workspace? Are you actually creating something? Three of Coins. That's a coin. Three of Coins is Earth. It's very physical, and 3 is a number of decree, is a number of taking action, because it comes after 2. When 2 is the number of making choices. So 3 is what you do once you figure out what it is that you're done juggling. 3 is about picking a path. I've decided that I'm going to do this. But that also by nature is a slice of the whole, which is why this is also a confirmation to take into account that, okay, we're repairing relationships, we're focused on our love walk, we're focused on the dynamic that holds this together. This is also a call to give homage and to take accountability of the other dynamics that are making these relationships happen as well, and to have acceptance, radical acceptance. The word radical means that it doesn't have anything to do with your logical mind or what you think about it or what you impose with your ego upon it. This simply is what it is. With Freya and the empowering message is definitely denoting looking at life as a battleground. And when you see life as a battleground, you tend to lose sight of a more easeful way to be in the world. Can you stand in the middle of chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet hum in the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. Freya is here to remind you that the acceptance of defeat is not the end. She offers the gift of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will know that you don't have to fight at all. If you take full stock of your condition, surrendering to what is, you can move to higher ground, begin again, or wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest and most grounded and most powerful when you remember this is the strategy of the goddess Freya, offering you your support, or her support. So sometimes we have a tendency to forget that, or we can especially when we get into our lower vibrational needs, we lose that ability to have a discernment for the collective, and we become less altruistic and more selfish or self-centered. And when we become self-centered, we focus on the self, we focus on our own needs, we have less compassion, we close off our solar plexus, and which allows us to connect and feel this empathy towards others and to feel what they feel within themselves. So this is a failure. This failure and disappointments And a lot of things, and when things come into our life, we can really just become numb and only want to focus on what we've contributed or what looks best to our perception, best to our emotional perception, and not accept or radically accept the situation. To radically accept means you have to drop off the comfortability of even thinking what's favorable for you and just see the situation for the meat of what it is, past the layers of your ego, past the layers of what is comfortable to look at, past the layers of cognitive dissonance. The failure and disappointment are parts of life that few want to accept. Perhaps a job you want doesn't come through. A lover you thought was the one betrays your hopes and expectations. Or maybe your kids are acting out. Maybe a long-term creative project didn't yield the success you so dearly hoped for. Or perhaps you were hurt by someone for no apparent reason. The goddess of war and radical acceptance, Freya says, have no fear. This is only temporary. Now is not the time to linger in perceptions of low self-worth. Your alignment task is to accept the truth wholeheartedly and to see your situation exactly for what it is. So this is also about, this is a beginning, and the fact that the Three of Coins is showing up shows that the radical acceptance may require some work. And that this is also bringing awareness, and it's for you to bring awareness within your own personal space, what areas are you feeling resistance and not wanting to go that way because it feels like it'll hurt or it feels like it's not comfortable. But within your deeper self, you know that it is what you've been avoiding, what you're not facing, or what you haven't put the work in to radically accept, because there's a deeper part that's connected to the authentic love that you desire and not the inauthentic settling for these superficial labels and these superficial perceptions of what is okay to you. As you take your divine breath, bring the word radical acceptance into your energy field. Bring the energy of kindness into your energy field. Bring the energy of opening up and seeing the work, healthy work, the divine work of growth and development into your energy field. As this Pisces energy flows this season, ask how your psychic waters can expand and flow in a way that is healthy for you, and to purge yourself of unnecessary fighting, unnecessary strife, for the sake of clarity and alignment within your energy field. Let this message resonate as you meditate and take a meditative mindset into all areas of your life and all areas of your love walk and all areas of the connections that you desire. As you see this Pisces season unfold, and as we see the full moon Virgo transpire and bring out this productivity and offers you the energy that you've been seeking and wanting for your tangible space to see manifested within your reality. Much love, many blessings, and Ashe.